Hello and welcome to today's NinjaTrader ecosystem event, Practical Trading Mind Methods. My name is Thomas and I'm a platform representative here at NinjaTrader. Now, before we start the webinar, I have a few housekeeping notes. Now, this webinar is presented by NinjaTrader LLC, which is a technology company responsible for developing and supporting the NinjaTrader trading software. Brokerage-related questions should be directed to the NinjaTrader brokerage trading team using the phone number or email on the screen. And if you are new to NinjaTrader, please make sure you sign up for a free NinjaTrader account, which includes access to 14 days of complimentary real-time market data. Our platform is always free for advanced charting, strategy backtesting, and trade simulation. You can create your free account by clicking the following link on the screen and then clicking Get Started under the Welcome section. And before I turn over the mic to Cam, it is important to understand that futures, foreign currency, and options trading contain substantial risk and is not suitable for every investor. It is possible to lose all or more than one's initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. And please remember that these trading suggestions are not solicitation or recommendation, but simply educational in nature. Now, thank you again for joining us today. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome to the NinjaTrader webinar room, Cam. Take it away, Cam.
Thank you, Thomas, for that wonderful introduction. Lovely to see everyone coming into the room and into the webinar. So lovely to see a lot of our IDTA trading community in the webinar. So thanks, guys, for coming in. I'm sure some of you guys may need this today after last night in the markets. If you were in the arena battling away, it was a very volatile evening. So a lot of volume and a lot of price action. So that can always bring up some losses, and was one of the major drivers of people's emotions in trading. And we're going to be discussing some of that today. So welcome everyone. If you're from the US or Europe or Asia, anywhere in the world, thank you for joining, and stick around to the end because we want to give you an offer to share in what we do and how we do things. So make sure you stick around, but please get involved, ask questions, and with this presentation will take around about 30 to 45 minutes of your time. So let's get into it. Hey, Kel.
Hi guys, looking forward to the presentation, Cam. And as you said, Cam and I are huge pioneers of the mindset behind your success in trading. So looking forward to the presentation, and thanks guys for showing up. It's an exciting morning, and we're all up with the birds here in the Gold Coast in Australia. So welcome to the International Day Trading Academy's presentation. I'll see you in there.
It's a magnificent day. Now I'm going to bring out the chat because I've just moved it around. Can everyone see the screen? Got my slide deck there.
Yes, nice to see you, Cam.
Just going to be using this slide deck as a guide to move us along. So today's topic is all about practical trading mind methods. And at IDTA, we are really wanting to produce a new breed of traders. IDTA has a very strong philosophy around trading, and we talk a lot about the three pillars, which is technical analysis, so understanding market movement, market context, understanding your trading strategy. But then the big aspect around it is risk management and trade management. And then there's the trading mindset piece. And these aspects are constantly evolving and constantly working on as a trader. Now, I think from my experience, when I first started out trading, my mind was very much focused on technical analysis. Right? I knew everything about the charts. I knew all the big chart stuff, all the small chart stuff. But I failed to work on the trade management piece and also the trading mindset piece. So I wasn't aware how important that part was to your trading. So all of those things are important, and it all comes as an equal balance. And that's what we focus primarily at IDTA, very much on trading strategy, trade management is a huge part of it, but also that trading mindset. So they're the three pillars that we primarily focus on. So I'm one of the owners of IDTA. IDTA is we've in our 10th year now. We've got our 10th annual conference coming up very soon, and we are very proud of what we've done over the years and the community that we've developed. And we've got a great amount of our community in the webinar today, so that's a testament to that. Now, let's get into it, because I could rabbit on about myself for ages, but it's all about you guys. So let's get into it. So psychology, as I said, is a big part of trading. And I think one of the most important parts of understanding trading when we come into the trading world, we have to come in with what's called a probability mindset. And a probability mindset means that we don't know what the outcome is of our trades. However, we can have a fairly good idea of what our expectation of what our results are going to be like based on what we've done in the past. So it's very important that on a part of your learning as a trader is that you develop data, you collect data so that you know or have an expectation of what your trades are going to be, what they're going to make on average. All right. Now, if you keep good statistics, you will know what that expectancy is. All right. Now, you want to have a positive expectancy, and that knows that you've got a great trading system, you're managing your trades well, and then from there, you just are constantly refining your mindset around your performance, wanting to increase your performance, increasing your results. But it all comes back to those solid strategies at the start, like making sure you're doing the homework piece of your trading, like reviewing your trades, collecting the data to know that you've got a great trading strategy. And then from there, it's a matter of just improving it and tweaking it as we go along. Now, the number one enemy that we've found as a trader is ourselves. Because trading really brings up a lot of our emotional patterns that we have and that we may not be aware of, because there are two brains that we may not be aware of either. All right, you may have heard of the unconscious or the subconscious mind. Then we have the conscious mind, and unfortunately, our unconscious mind is probably our strongest mind. It overrides our conscious mind. Now, I know some of you guys are sitting there and think of an experience. For instance, for me, one of my bad habits when I first started trading was I would get into a trade and it would start going against me, and then I'd start panicking and I'd be like, oh, I don't want to lose on this trade. All right. Now, my unconscious mind is saying, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to feel the pain. All right. I'm going to lose money on this trade. All right. So what does the unconscious mind do? Well, the unconscious mind doesn't want you to feel pain, right? So it's just going to try and protect you. So what do? You move your stop loss out, right? Now, consciously, you're breaking your trading plan. You're increasing your risk on the trade by doing that. But unconsciously, you cannot help it. And your conscious mind is telling you, what are you doing? Put your stop loss back. Take the loss, take the pain, all right? Just get out. But your unconscious mind is so strong that it doesn't, and it leaves it there. So there's this constant battle that you will feel as a trader between your conscious mind, which is what you should be doing, your trading plan, and what your unconscious mind is telling you. And remember, your unconscious mind is there to protect you, all right? It's there to stop you from feeling pain. And that's one of the biggest issues that traders have to accept, that trading can be painful. All right, and that's one of the toughest things. So being mindful of these looping emotional patterns is very, very important. All right, and we'll talk about how you can deal with this. So, and we'll talk about how you can attack some of these mindset issues and some methods as well. So we've talked about the psychology and probability. All right, two very important aspects. And a lot of what I find from a lot of our traders, they expect when they go into the market that they're going to win on every trade. All right. They have this expectation that it's bad to lose, and winning's the only way. You cannot lose, right? Unfortunately, it's just not reality, all right? So you have to be accepting that losses are a part of the business, and losses, if you take a good loss where you've followed your plan and you've you've managed your risk very well, you should be so happy with yourself. All right. So many of our traders get so jilted by losses because they have some emotional belief or some mental thinking about trading that they shouldn't lose, and losing is bad. All right. That's not correct at all. That is poor thinking, and that needs to be eradicated as one of the examples. All right. So winning and losing should be treated equally. All right. I know the emotional response is quite different from both. All right. But however, you have to come from an objective mindset, because trading is all about money management and risk management. All right. It's very important. Those aspects of managing your trade is vital. And this is the big struggle that a lot of people deal with, all right, is dealing with losses and then also dealing with wins as well. That, I don't know, with some of you guys have had a winning streak and you've got a little bit too cocky and a little bit too confident, and you go, oh, wow, I don't know what a loss feels like. You haven't had one of those before. So you try and protect that loss because you don't want to affect your statistics, because you've been on this winning run. You might have had 20 trades in a row that you haven't lost, and you've got this one losing trade that's inevitable, but you can't take it. All right. So you've got to look at experiencing what you're experiencing and just to rip that band-aid off. Just take that loss, knowing that trading is not defined by one trade. Your trading is defined by a series of trades, multiple trades. All right. And unfortunately, a lot of traders don't get to experience that because they wipe their accounts out way too early, all right, and they don't have the ability, or they don't have the skill or the knowledge to learn how to restart. However, with systems and trading schools that are out like what we do, this new breed of trading school, which is bringing in this holistic way of trading, there is a solution, all right? So you can be profitable. So if you are struggling with this, there is support out there for you. All right. So we've talked about, as we know, as a trader, our self is can be our best ally, but it also can be our worst enemy as well. So being mindful that we have to be able to control ourselves. I love this saying: control your mind, you control your future. So true. And guys, this is a constant work in progress. Right? If you are not thinking about where your mindset is each day, particularly before you go into the battlefield of the financial markets, you are not in a great place to be trading. Right? You need to be so calm, so dedicated to your focus before you go into trading. It's vital. So if you rush from work and you haven't done your preparation before you get into the markets, and you haven't settled yourself down, you haven't come from a really objective mindset that you're a risk manager, and you have all these other important, that you're going to follow your trading plan, you've reminded yourself you're going to do those things. If you haven't done those things, you're not putting yourself in the best situation to be able to act when you should, right? Because as a trader, we have to be decisive, we have to be very clear, and we have to be focused in our actions. And from time to time, we are off our game. However, it's our ability to be able to recognize that we aren't on, right? That's when we shouldn't be trading, right? You should not be trading if you're not on. If you haven't calmed yourself down, you haven't got into that dedicated, focused place, right? I would probably suggest have some time off, right? And there's things you can do to get yourself prepared before you go into the arena, which we'll talk about at the end. So awareness is everything as a trader. As a human being, awareness is everything. All right, being aware of how you're feeling, how other people are feeling, particularly in the markets. Because when we're trading in the markets, it's not just you that's trading. All right, we're competing with all these other people that are out in the markets. So being aware not only of your own mindset, but also of the market's mindset is very, very important. All right. And you can, as an objective trader, you can take advantage of situations when the market is panicking, when there is a stop run happening. All right, when there is markets moving very strong in one way, we can take advantage of that. All right, but it's coming from a very calm place, which is very, very important. So being mindful of our repetitive mistakes that we make. So guys, if you're a trader out there and you're maybe in a bit of a rut and you constantly see yourself doing the same thing over and over again, and you're not doing anything about it, unfortunately, I'm going to give you a big hard reality here. All right. At some level, you've got an addiction that you are not dealing with. All right. There is some addiction, some addictive behavior that you are just there. All right. So at some point, you need to put up your hand, right? Almost a bit like AA, and say, you know what? I've got a problem. I need some support here. All right. And only you can take those actions. Right? There's a lot of wonderful support mechanisms within our community, within our trading school, that we can support you to help you overcome any of these repetitive mistakes that you're making. But the most important thing to start with is self-awareness, recognition that you may have a problem, and you keep making mistakes, you keep breaking your trading plan. You know you shouldn't be moving your stop loss out, but you keep doing it repeatedly. All right. And unfortunately, you've developed some bad habits. And how we develop bad habits is because sometimes we get rewarded for doing the wrong thing. And that can happen very early in your trading experience. So if you've started out trading and you haven't had a trading plan, and then you've slowly built up a trading plan, but then you actually really don't fully stick to that trading plan, and you bend the rules sometimes, and you follow it sometimes, but you bend the rules and you get rewarded for that. Well, that's actually teaching you that it's okay to break your trading plan. So that is an unconscious learning that you've developed there. So that's one of those things that you need to look at, and you need to look at, okay, I need to be conscious of my trading plan. So read my trading plan before I go into the markets. If you don't know your trading plan very, very well, read it. All right, just have your steps down there, know what your risk management is, go through that trading plan. All right, that's one of the things you can do. All right, that's first step, is know your trading plan very well. So repeating patterns. So repeating patterns can be stopped. All right, so we have to be able to break what we call that pattern or that loop, and that's where support comes into play. So first of all, it's all about recognizing the patterns, taking some time after this webinar or even during this webinar, and post, in the chat, guys, what patterns or actions do you want to break in your trading? What things do you say to yourself, or that you do constantly, that you feel are inhibiting yourself from your true greatness as a trader? And share with us, write them up into the chat. Now, there's no magic bullet for overcoming looping patterns. It takes time and work, but the number one thing, the first step, is the awareness step. All right. Now, the second step is just understanding or being aware of when you get triggered. Like, what is the process, or what is your thinking about why are you getting triggered? So for instance, a classic one, you get into the trade, the market goes directly against you straight away. What's the first thing that comes into your mind? And a lot of the time it's like, oh, I'm going to lose money. Right now, if you think, well, it's not right to lose money in trading, in that one particular trade, if you have a belief that is true, right, then you may need to look at that and go, well, is that really true? All right, because my trading success is not developed over one trade. It's okay for me to lose in one trade. Remember, look at trading as a series of trades. look at it over 100 trades. And this is where your data collection is going to be very, very important. So looking at what is triggering you, right? That's very, very important. So if you think losing money in that one particular instance is enough of a reason for you to break your trading plan, then you need to look at that, right? Because that's a behavior that needs to be stopped. And generally when you delve into it, there's pain associated with loss. As we know, we've all experienced loss on some level, all right? So that is kind of where it comes from. So bottom line, as a trader, we have to be okay with pain, all right? We have to deal with pain. So we have to fight that unconscious mind that's trying to protect us from experiencing pain. And on a conscious level, we have to say, you know what, it's okay. It's just one trade. Rip the Band-Aid off, take the pain. So there can be things you can do around that. One of the things you can do as a trader is visualization. Before you go into the markets, what you can do, a really powerful thing that I do is I've got a screenshot of a really awesome trade, right? And then I've got a screenshot of a trade where I just broke my rules terribly, all right? So you can look at both those screenshots and you can go, what did I do really well in that screenshot that was a successful trade? And you can look at that and go, wow, I can do that. It's a real positive reinforcement of that you can do it. All right. And by doing that, it's driving you to your goals. All right. So, and some people think the other way. Some people like being driven away from what they don't want. All right. So there's two ways that we're motivated. Everyone's different, right? Some people are motivated to goals to a particular successful point or what they should be doing. But some people are driven from what they shouldn't be doing and they never want to do that thing again. So having an example of a really bad trade screenshot and watching that and just go, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I did that, I did that, I did that. And going, I am never going to do that again. That brings everything that you've done, that negative thing, into your conscious mind. And you know by doing those things in that moment is not going to support you at all. So when you are in that moment, when the market is going against you and you have that experience of moving the stop loss out or adding to a losing position, right? Whatever the thing you're doing that's breaking your rules, you visualize that and you just go, oh my God, what am I doing? Right? So you can actually see yourself going through the process. In that moment, you can actually capture yourself and go, no, take the loss, right? So looking at and reliving those experiences can be very, very powerful because it puts you into the present moment of what you should be doing. So when you see that bad screenshot, market going against you, and you're doing all these negative things like adding to the position or moving your stop loss out and increasing your risk, you'll know not to do that. You'll just say that is just not the right thing to do. So that's just something that you can do to start yourself at the start of your trading day, is to have those examples of your really good trade and a poor trade. And just remember, work out for you. You know, some of you guys, just think about this. You know, some of you may be driven to goals, all right? Some people may be focusing on something they really want and they're really driven at getting that goal. Some of you guys may be more driven by not getting what you don't want. So using that as your motivating force. So you have to know what works best for you, all right? Having both is good, right? If you like being driven away from something, but also you're looking into the future for your goal, that's great as well, all right? So finding your own way around this. But the most important thing is being the awareness step first, then knowing what the trigger is, all right? And trying to reprogram that, all right? Generally, it comes down to a pain response. You don't want to feel pain. So you try and mask that pain by doing something that's going to make you feel good temporarily, all right? But we know consciously it's not the right thing to do. So bringing that conscious awareness into the present moment takes practice. All right, we're not born with these skills, guys. All right, remember, our human unconscious mind is there to protect us. All right, remember this great quote from a book I read recently. It says, you have to be mindful of your humanness as a trader. All right, you have to know what your humanness is. And as a trader, we have to almost park that humanness aside for a moment. And this is where the conscious thinking is very, very important. Just checking my time. So repetition, all right? So we obviously repeat patterns and behavior, and it gets sort of can get uncontrollable. All right, so this is where you have to take that time to go, right, I need to break these patterns, I need to change. And you have to be willing to change. It's almost like you have to get so honest with yourself at some point. And to do this, you have to actually become that conscious thinker. You have to be aware of the unconscious mind, but overriding those unconscious patterns that you keep falling back into. So it is practice, it takes time, and it is a work in progress. So learning mindfulness is very important. And this is one thing that we do as a start of our trading sessions, is we always regulate our mindset. We always make sure we're in the right state. Doing your technical analysis at the start of your trading session is very, very important, but also making sure you're regulating your mind so that you're coming from this objective state. All right, you know what your weaknesses are, you know what your unconscious patterns are, you know that you try to avoid pain as a human, you're aware of all those things. But then you overlay and you come into your conscious mind. What am I meant to be doing? This is my trading plan. This is what I'm going to follow. And this is where in your preparation, you can start to think about, visualize certain trades. And that's by using those screenshots, you can actually relive those experiences. You can actually relive the awful feeling that you went through in that terrible trade. And then you can go through the very positive feelings of what you went through in that positive trade. All right. So those things are very, very important. And I'll quickly show you an example. Like this is, I'm going to bring up a screenshot, and this is just from my trading last night. And this was live traded in the live trading room. I started off early. I got a winning trade early in the session, and then I got another trade down here. I got another winning trade down there in the session as well. All right, and then I had this bias that I thought the market was going to go down. I had such a strong bias. And then I got wrong, all right? So I took a trade there, all right? I went short, expecting the market to continue down, all right? However, markets don't do what you're always going to think they're going to do, right? So I took my stop loss up here because once the market got above yesterday's low, I was like, this is probably going to go to the high side, right? Now, my old self would have just gone, oh, damn, I'm not going to trade anymore. That's it. I'm really frustrated with myself. It's like I'm going to stop trading. All right. However, I realized in that moment I was wrong. Right. I was wrong with this trade. I was like, I'm on the wrong side of the market. The market switched trend. Then I got in here. Right. The market got over this level, and then the market started trending higher. So then I actually turned my losing trade into a positive mindset. All right. So it was just the ability to calm yourself after having a losing trade and going, you know what? I'm not going to revenge trade here. All right. I'm not here to get even. What I'm here though to do is read the market and go, you know what? The market is actually going back up. I'm going to trade this back up. And you can see where the market went. It actually did go back up. All right. So that's just not trading using technical analysis, right? That's mindset being involved in the whole trading process. All right. It's like knowing when you're wrong, taking the stop loss, ripping the band-aid off, and then going, right, okay, I'm wrong. Let's look for opportunities to the upside now. All right. So we've talked a lot about the looping patterns. So guys, what I suggest for you guys for some homework is to look at those looping patterns, really reflect on yourself, and just to see what are those things that I constantly do to myself in the markets that are not supporting myself. Now, what are my feelings like? All right, how strong and intense are my feelings when I'm in the market? How does my body feel? What are these uncomfortable things that come up for us as trading, or when we're trading, and our ability to recognize how we're feeling and to be able to take some steps to be able to calm ourselves down, and just know that, as traders, if we're going to trade, we're going to have losing trades, right? It's okay. We just have to be able to manage ourselves during those losing trades, right? Take the loss, reset, look for new trades. So breathing is a brilliant step. I know it's underrated or talked about a lot, but just slowing yourself down, doing some very deep breaths, breathing right into your diaphragm, taking some big deep breaths and just calming yourself down. As soon as you breathe into the diaphragm, you're actually activating what we call the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is one of the most powerful nerves in the human body. The vagus nerve, I think it's almost connected to every organ on some level. It is so powerful, all right? And it just calms the body down. So just doing some breathing. If you find you're really getting worked up when you're trading, just breathing, all right? Then once you've finished that trading session, all right, and you shouldn't be trading from an emotional state. You have to be very calm before you trade. If you're trading from an anger perspective, from a really fired up situation, you're feeling like you're on tilt, that is a sure sign you should not be trading. So just step away, get off your computer, and just calm down. And this is where you need to get some support for that anger, right? This is where we can come in and help you to overcome those things. And it's going to take time and practice, right? But there's a lot of skills you can learn. But one of the most important things is just to recognize first that self-awareness that you're triggered, you're in a looping pattern, all right? You've got a particular response that you're going to do that's going to be negative. Just remember to, first of all, just catch yourself and then take some big deep breaths. Very, very important to feel that and feel the body come back down into balance and calmness. If you can get yourself back into calmness, then you can start to look at potentially trading again. But if you can't, have the day off, right? Just go and relax. Go and do something that you enjoy. Come back the next day, reset yourself, look back at your trading plan, and just go to work again, all right? And then just follow some of those steps I've showed you, making sure that you're looking at your good trades and your bad trades, visualizing what could happen in the markets. The markets could go against you, the markets could go with you, and just think, what are you going to respond? How are you going to respond to all of those stimuluses that are going to occur, and how are you going to feel? So visualizing that, feeling all those feelings coming up really helps you prepare and get into your conscious mind of what's going to happen in the markets. So there's lots of methods you can do. There's 5 active methods here. So acknowledge and embrace your trading imperfections. Number 1, right? To view trading as a challenge, as an opportunity. Remember, this is all about constant growth and evolution. And remember, traders, we're not born to be a trader, right? Our humanness, our unconscious mind is there to protect us, all right? But remember, as traders, we are going to experience pain, we're going to experience joy, we're going to experience all those emotions, right? But just know it's all part of what we do. So the mindset training is a big part of it. Take the time to drill down to some of these core problems. And you may not have even realized that trading can be painful. All right, you've tried to mask the pain that much that you've actually maybe forgotten about it, that it is painful. All right, a bit like an alcoholic who's trying to drown out their sorrows with alcohol. All right, they might not even realize they've got deep-seated anger and pain. All right, we may be like that. All right, trading might be our addiction. All right, we may be just in total denial that we have any problems, and that we're addicted to not experiencing pain. All right, whatever the addiction is, it can occur, and trading can be like that. So understanding the brain, right? Understanding our psychology, our behavioral patterns, understanding that we can actually retrain ourselves as well, right? We've got ourselves into this situation because of a certain way that we've been brought up, and a certain way we think, and a certain way that our body is there to protect us and our brain is there to protect us, right? However, as a trader, we need to rethink and we need to retrain our minds. And the final thing is, as traders, we are so hard on ourselves, right? Replace this word with failing, all right? And replace failing with the word learning, right? We're learning. We are constantly learning, guys. We're here to learn, and trading is a wonderful skill to have. It's something you can have for the rest of your life. Guys, we are in these incredible markets, which we can trade in both directions. We can take advantage of markets when they're going up. We can take advantage of markets when they're going down, right? There's opportunity everywhere. There's unlimited trading opportunity for us. So guys, do not define yourself by one trade, all right? If you've had some patterns in the past that have affected you, and you find that you're struggling to break those patterns, there is support out there for you, right? There is very much support, and that's where IDTA can come in and support you to become the best trader you can possibly be. All right, so guys, thanks for joining. We'd love to give you an opportunity to join us to find out a little bit more about what we do. We do have live trading rooms. We do have a very large trading community. Come in to our live trading rooms to see what we do and how we manage our emotions, and how we manage our trades and we manage the risk. All the 3 pillars I spoke about, how that's all incorporated in our trading rooms, how we get ourselves prepared for the markets as well. And also, if you click on that link, idta.com.au/NinjaGift, there is a 22 chapter Mastering Trading Psychology download for you. So I hope that can help you on your way. So thank you so much for joining. Are there any questions? I haven't been looking at the chat.
Hey Cam, I've been answering a heap of questions out there. We have a lot of people that have got on up early around the world today for this session, which is awesome. We've got the free gift, which is idta.com.au/NinjaGift, NinjaGift. So we put that in the chat. Pretty much, I think that people are acknowledging that this is a real key. Once you've got your method down, and then you can consider your money management, which is part of psychology as well. The next key is mindset. It's retention. You know, you become a trader, you understand your method, and then it's all about understanding your mind, which is your foundation, really, that we see around successful traders. So we've offered everyone that. You are going to offer everyone a bonus as well. Come and join you in a trading room.
That's right, yes. So if you click on that idta.com.au NinjaGift, we will know who you are, and then we'll give you access to our live trading room. We do a European open and we do a US close, but however, we're only just giving access to the European open, and that will be from Tuesday to Friday next week. All right, so that's Australian time, Queensland time. That room opens at 5 o'clock. We haven't changed daylight saving in Europe yet. No, Europe's still hasn't changed their daylight saving time over. So it's 5 o'clock Queensland time. We open the room at 4:45 to do some analysis. That's Queensland time. And if you're in New South Wales or Victoria, it is 5:45. All right, 5:45.
Hey, Terry has just said he can't get that link to work. If anyone has a challenge, it was working a moment ago, but if you do have a challenge, just say, oh, you can't get that. It was working this morning, so not sure why. 1, 2, 3.
Doesn't like it.
Yeah. So
no, we don't trade the US Open, Diane. We don't at this point in time. We don't have enough traders staying up that late over here on the east coast of Australia. But we may one day. Yes, we may be looking at it. But we do trade the US close. But we won't be doing that as our gift. We'll be just doing the European Open.
super. What we can do is with everyone, we can email you all out the link and everything that we need, so that that we can make sure that everyone has the download. For some reason, sometimes it just gets down to where they're tuning in from as far as their platform. So I will.
I think to everyone who's attended today, we can send it out, and if you want to click on and take advantage of it, you can. So apologies for that, guys. But we'll make sure we get it out to you today. We'll obviously talk to NinjaTrader and see what we can do.
Hey, Jason. Yeah, we'll send you out the time and the information on a ticket to the live trading room. Wherever you are, I mean, it doesn't matter what time it is, just put an alarm on, jump up. There's no sleeping for successful traders, right? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Jason, daylight saving changes, I believe, in the US around the 5th of November. So that's when the US time will move forward. So for us on the East Coast, for us in Queensland, very confusing, all these times differences. But the US close will be 5 a.m. Queensland time from the 6th of November.
And Brisbane time, that is 5, correct?
5 a.m. Brisbane time, yes. And New South Wales, it'll be
Euro though, Cam, just Euro is
Europe changes a week earlier. So Europe changes daylight saving on the 29th of October.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone, there is so much information in that psych test that Cam just highlighted today, and let's see how we can get you up and get you into being the most successful that you can. And if you're going to do this journey, this is the piece that may be the missing piece for you, that you just need to put your attention onto. And sometimes in traders, all you need is just a tiny little twink. It's just like a 5% shift, and it changes everything. I mean, we've worked with thousands and thousands of traders over the years, so this is a gift. So we look forward to seeing you out there.
Yeah, I think what you said, Kel's spot on. It's like, putting your hand up and just going, being honest with yourself and going, I know I'm a good trader. I can read the markets. I can technically do things. I've got my trading plan, but I just struggle to stick to it. That's just one thing you can do. But I think that saying, control your mind, control your future, so powerful. And every day it's a constant process of tuning in. The mornings is great, during the day, particularly before you start trading, and then maybe before you go to bed at night, just tuning in and just seeing how your day was and just reflecting on that. So it is a bit of work, but would you rather be floundering around in life and letting life take control of you, or would you rather have some control over your future and destiny? So it just takes a little bit of training and a little bit of focus.
Thank you, Cam.
Focus. Thank you, guys.
And thank you, team. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you for NinjaTrader for opening up this opportunity for all of us to be part of. We're in this together. So we look forward to sharing our wisdom with you all and being able to, have longevity in the markets. Thank you, Thomas, for opening this ecosystem. We look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Bye, guys. Thanks,
Thank you.
NinjaTrader.
Thank you to Thomas from NinjaTrader.
All right. Well, thank you again to Cam and Kelly for taking the time to share with us today. If you enjoyed today's session, we hope you will join us in future webinars. Follow us on social media for alerts about upcoming events and other NinjaTrader ecosystem news. We would like to remind you that the information provided was that of International Day Trading Academy and not of NinjaTrader. All information was for educational purposes and should not be construed as trading advice. Enjoy the rest of your day. We hope to see you in future webinars. Happy trading from all of us here at the NinjaTrader ecosystem.